Seven Lamb Productions presents to you End of All Hope. Season 3, Episode 5, A Green Thumb.
When we made it back to the road, we followed it, using the moonlight to guide us. The shrieks were coming from behind, back where we left the truck. It was scary being out here in the dark with only one gun. We followed the road around a bend and saw a small barn in the distance. It sat at the edge of some private property, with a 2-story house in the distance and a silo behind it.
That's where we'll stay for the night.
Really? Another farm?
We need cover. And we need it now.
Please, no psychopaths. We came up to a broken wire fence. A tree lay across it.
Here.
I climbed atop the fallen tree and helped Mark up. We walked across onto the flat farmland. We entered the barn from the side. There were about 5 stacks of hay, each about 4 to 5 feet high. There's no door. The front of the barn was completely open. Is this really cover?
It's better than nothing, and I'd rather stay away from the house for tonight. Help me move these.
We moved the hay towards the corner. That way we could take refuge behind it, and we would be covered on all sides. We climbed over the haystacks and settled against the barn wall.
I haven't heard a thrasher in a while.
We need to find another truck, Mark.
That's gonna be hard. Vehicles aren't gonna be easy to come by. Remember, we nearly got killed for ours. Twice.
I don't get it. How did that thing dismantle our truck? It was dying.
Like you said, maybe those EMP devices in their legs only go off every once in a while. When we were at the quarantine zone, all the military vehicles were still operational. I mean, hell, we got out in one.
But that place was overrun with shriekers.
Good point. Except, wait, when we escaped the hotel, we were chased down by thrashers. The car never stalled then, and they were right on us.
That's true. I forgot about that. I still wonder if those things have a lifespan.
Which? The thrashers or the EMP devices?
Either. Meteors aren't still falling.
Well, it doesn't really matter now. If it's clear in the morning, we can try going back for the truck. If it's just the battery, maybe we could replace it.
We'd have to find a replacement first.
Keep in mind, it could be more than just a battery, too.
It might be easier to just find another form of transport.
Like a bike?
That might not be a bad idea. Mark checked the revolver.
For all the supplies we found, this still isn't enough.
I looked at the 2 backpacks Mark and I stuffed full of supplies before we left the truck. We had water, food, clothes, flashlights, batteries, knives, matches, and a few other miscellaneous items. But Mark was right. We needed ammo. We needed more weapons. And now, we needed a vehicle.
If you want, you can get some sleep.
I'm not going to be able to sleep now.
I'll keep watch.
No, Mark. Let's just wait for morning.
Okay.
I scooted closer to Mark and leaned against him. I didn't think I'd be able to fall asleep, but my head slowly wobbled to Mark's shoulder while we quietly talked, and an hour later, I was asleep. I startled awake to movement in the barn. What the hell? I looked over to find Mark missing. My heart skipped a beat while he grabbed my arm. He was sitting on a haystack. Jesus, don't do that.
You'd really think I'd leave you.
I slowly got up and saw that the sun was rising. Over the haystack, I saw 2 cows in the barn, eating some hay on the ground. There were 4 other cows in the field beyond, each one grazing on the brown grass. Well, this is weird.
I don't know. I mean, we are on a farm.
Mark smirked. I can't believe I fell asleep.
Ugh, hell, I almost did too. I had to slap myself a few times just to stay awake.
I climbed up onto the haystack. Creatures?
I didn't hear any. I did hear a couple gunshots a few hours ago, but that's all.
I'm surprised these guys are still roaming around freely.
Maybe it's like the deer.
The deer was still bitten.
I'm honestly wondering how these guys are going to do when all the alien vegetation moves in.
I doubt they'll be able to consume it. Mark shrugged. What do we do now, Mark?
Find transport.
Mark slid down and opened one of the backpacks. He pulled out a granola bar. He broke it apart and gave me half. I ate the chocolate nut bar and watched the cows. One came close. Hey there.
Really?
You don't like cows? They're like big puppies.
They're dumber than dogs.
Shh, you're gonna hurt its feelings.
Huh.
I leaned down and patted the animal on its head. It didn't move. Uninterested with the person above it. I thought about owning a farm when I retire.
That's just more work.
But it's the fun type of work. No board meetings, no last-minute flights, no presentations, no customers. Just taking care of the animals and growing food.
I don't ever remember you mentioning that you were a green thumb.
Oh, no. That would be something I'd have to learn. Something I'd have to devote time to.
And you had time before?
No. That's why I said when I retire.
Ugh. There we go.
I helped Mark back up. He, too, petted the cow. See? Big dog.
Did you ever happen to mention to Scott about your retirement plans?
No, he's not the farmer type.
Neither are you.
But I could adapt. He wouldn't be able to, but I think he would try, for me.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
And like I said, if it's after we retire, what else? Mark, what is it?
Do you hear that?
No?
Shh.
Are we in danger?
Someone's coming.
Mark grabbed my arm, and we fell behind the stack of hay. Ugh, sorry. I had landed on Mark's leg. I rolled off it and sat up against the haystack. Mark did the same.
There's 2 of them.
God damn it, Madison. I told you the fence was out over here. Damn things tried every side.
They succeeded over here. Wonder why they didn't come through.
It did.
That's the one you shot?
Yesterday afternoon. Has to be.
I hope we got them all.
There'll be more. You can damn well be sure of that. Now, how the hell do we get this tree up? It's bigger than the others.
That makes 3 stuff. How are we going to do it?
We need the tractor.
What about the fence?
Can you stop asking so many questions and let me think a second?
The longer the fence is down, the longer we're exposed. You know that, right?
No need to state the obvious, Madison. Jesus. We gotta cut it. Can't believe they dug this thing up.
They're getting smarter.
They've been smart.
They never did this before. They're smarter, I'm telling you.
Not smart enough to stay away from our guns.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Why would you?
I tried peeking out behind the haystacks, but couldn't get a good view of the women.
Go back to the house. Tell Dad. We may be able to winch this, but it'll take some time.
And what about the fence? What about the cows? What about
One thing at a time, Madison. I don't even know if we'll be able to get the fence back up.
It's off now?
Until Dad gets the generator going.
So maybe if
Just go. We might still be able to...
What? What is it, Steph?
Move aside.
What are you doing?
Those haystacks ain't situated the way they were before.
What?
Move.
Oh shit. She knew. I looked over to Mark, who reached for his gun.
Whoever is in there, come out now. Hands up.
Mark and I hesitated a moment.
We know someone is in there. Come out now, or I open fire.
Mark held up the revolver, but I held his wrist and shook my head. Don't shoot.
Ava, no.
We have no other choice.
Yes, we do.
Mark motioned to the revolver, but it was too late. I slowly stood peeking out from above the haystacks, but Mark didn't move. He was going to try and take them on. Okay, Mark, I understand. I'll distract them.
Come out!
Okay. I climbed over the haystack. The 2 cows moved aside as I stood with my hands up.
Just you?
I nodded slowly. I knew Mark was peeking through, looking for a shot.
You're out here alone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Madison,
Yeah?
shoot that haystack.
Oh, shit.
You don't think I'm that dumb, do you?
The other girl went to her horse and pulled out a large rifle from her bag. It was half the size of her body.
I know what you're thinking. We let our guard down, and you have whoever's left over there take us out. But we weren't born yesterday, and you aren't the only person to walk onto our property unannounced. So, however many you have hiding over there, better come out. You may be thinking that the haystacks are thick enough to protect your friends. But this here is a Barrett M82 A1 semi-automatic rifle. So I can assure you that this will pierce not only the haystack, but your friends and the wall behind them. So I'm going to give you one more chance to tell the truth. Are you alone?
I looked to the side to see Mark through a small crack in the hay. He lowered his head and his gun. I looked back at the women who stood steady, guns aimed at me and the haystack. No, I'm not alone. She smirked.
That's what I thought.
End of All Hope. Written by Robert M. Lamb. Edited by Issa Yazdazadeh. Starring Hope Ennis as Ava, Nick Engelhardt as Mark, Adam Jetmore as Jay, Jack Austin as Ambridge, Jody Swenson as Stephanie, Catabel as Madison, Krista Tolley as Teddy, Ariel Hack as Mia, Gina Coyle as Kylie, Brett Wilkins as Travis, Gareth Thomas as Sammy, and Crystal Hall as Lane. Music provided by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, Eldritch T'Challa of Nemesis Black at ReverbNation.com/NemesisBlack, and Amberlynn Nicole at YouTube.com/Amberlynn Nicole. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to rate and review. Visit www.7lamb.com for other audio dramas such as this one. This has been a 7 Lamb production.